Yo, buenos dias, what up you guys? John's Moto Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Cardo Packtalk Pro. Is it worth all the hype or is it just a big hunk of junk? Let's jump into it. So, full disclosure, a few months back I get an email inviting me out to the Cardo press release. I thought this has to be a mistake, why they're inviting me of all people out to this, but I decided, you know what, let's see what happens. And next thing I know, I'm boarding a flight to California, meeting up with Dan from Gears and Gadgets, huge shout out to him, picking up this Indian motorcycle, riding out to Temecula wine country and hanging out in a wine tasting resort, getting ready to learn about this Cardo Packtalk Pro. Now, as I'm walking around among some of the elites and some of the top journalists from the motorcycle industry, I couldn't help but think that I was a little bit of an imposter, if you know what I mean. But I thought, hey man, we've done it, we've made it. John's Moto Garage in the early days would have been thrilled, more than hyped, to have been at one of these press release events. So that was pretty rad. Anyway, you guys aren't here for that. You're here to hear about the Cardo Packtalk Pro. So I'm no pro, no pun intended, when it comes to these devices. So I'm gonna share the things I dig about it and then a few of the things that I dislike about it. This is not going into every nitty gritty detail on the device though. So if you'll see here, you'll note that I actually have a Sena device, and that one I bought a couple years ago and was using with Jackie. So I will talk a little bit about the comparison. Looks wise, I'll let you guys be the judge. Obviously that's subjective, but a lot cooler looking in my opinion. So the way I look at this Cardo Packtalk Pro is it basically has a bunch of cool features that you didn't really know you needed, but once you use them, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I could live without that. The first one being the fact that it has an easy on-off, auto on-off, I'll say. You pick the helmet up, it automatically turns on, tells you how much battery life is left, and then when you hang the helmet down or put the helmet down when you're done using it, automatically turns off the communication pack. Pretty cool feature. The other thing I really dig about it is the easy on off. Super easy to take it off. You can see I did that one-handed, and then check this out, magnetic. Now that's not unique to the Packtalk Pro, however. What else does it have? It has a crash detection. I don't think, you know, crash detection, that's not something I'm looking for when I'm looking for a communication pack, but in theory it is cool to have that redundancy and that backup. It's not for off-road use at this time, and you have to have cell service, I believe, for it to work. But basically, if you were to get in an accident, it sends a notification to your pre-assigned emergency contact with your coordinates. So again, never hurts, especially if you're doing long distance rides and that kind of thing. Those are all pretty cool, but for me, the biggest thing when I put this on and started using it for the first time, I was blown away by just how clear and crisp the audio quality is with the Packtalk Pro. It's got 45mm larger JBL integrated speakers, and it was just night and day. The only thing I had used before was the Sena here, and this thing to me was never, like, it got the job done communicating with Jackie, but I was never thrilled on the audio. But it's what I had, and it's what I knew. Now that I've used this, there's no way I would ever jump back to that other one. Not a chance. Just huge, night and day. Dan from Gears and Gadgets has the Packtalk Edge, I believe, and he said even with the 40mm speakers, that the audio quality there was great, and there is a noticeable difference with this upgraded one. So for me, that alone in and of itself almost makes it worth the premium for this product. Just to give you an idea, when we were riding it back, real world use, Dan and I actually made the 5-hour trip back from California to Arizona on the motorcycles here, and we were able to carry on conversation, didn't skip a beat, had no problem understanding and hearing him cruising 80 to 90 miles per hour, always within the speed limit. It was no problem at all. When we got sick of talking to each other, we could switch it over, listen to music. You also have the option, you could listen to each other's music if you wanted to. We weren't doing that. The music audio quality was awesome. Even with earplugs in, music was awesome. But I was the most impressed with the ability to make a phone call. I was talking to Jackie, my wife, on the road for like 30-45 minutes, and she said it sounds better than even the Bluetooth in my vehicle here, as far as the quality goes. So that for me was the coolest thing about it, and I don't think I could go back now having used this one. Sound quality was like top notch. Very stoked on that, and sold just on that feature alone, which I think that's probably the #1 reason why most people are going to be purchasing one of these. I dig how it looks, I dig the audio quality. Those other features are cool to have, they're nice. You know, you can also set it up and hook it up to an app on your phone so it can record conversations. So if you're a YouTuber doing those kind of conversations, that's a cool feature. It makes it easier to do. Dan has a great example on his channel going over that. And that is something actually with the Sena I tried to do with Jackie, and I just couldn't figure it out. I ended up giving up on it because it was too convoluted. So there are a lot of cool features and perks, not all of which are unique to the Cardo Packtalk Pro. Many of those, my understanding, are unique though to Cardo in general. After doing some research, it became very evident and clear to me that Cardo is the leader when it comes to the communication systems. It's Cardo, you've got Sena, and then you've got Lexan. I've never tried Lexan, I've just tried Sena, and now I'm sold on Cardo. They're not paying me, but they did give this to me for free, and they did fly me out there. So, you know, I may be a plant, we don't know. You'll have to find out. I'm pretty stoked on that. So what's there to dislike? I think the biggest dislike is you're paying a premium. It's a premium product. You're paying a premium price at $460 for a single unit. You're looking at close to $1,000 out the door if you want 2 of these for, say, you and your wife or your friend or whoever it may be, or your husband, partner. Like, I don't judge whoever that is. You're walking out paying, you know, a decent chunk of change, and for some people that may be hard to cough up. The cool thing though is Cardo offers a big line. You got good, better, and best, and then now premium. So if you don't want to pay the premium price, you do have the other options still out there. I haven't personally tried them out, but I would definitely explore those. So after I got back from this trip, I had a buddy, a coworker, actually asking about something because he goes out and rides dirt bikes with his, you know, with his kids. And I told him straight up, I was like, hey man, I had a Sena that I've been using for a couple years. After trying out the Cardo, like hands down, that's the one I would check out. So personal endorsement, even to, you know, a friend or family. For me, it's easy. I didn't pay for it. I got it for free, but I think it's well, it stood up to the hype. I guess I'll say that much. So it's up to you whether or not it's worth paying the premium for the Cardo Packtalk Pro, the new one. But for me, lots of cool features, a lot of stuff that's rad that I didn't know I needed. But now that I've tried it out, I'm like, bro, I'm not going back, dude. There's no way I'm not going to go back to primitive times, you know. I like the features. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Drop a like. Is it too much? Is it too little? What are you looking for? I did see a comment. Somebody said, hey man, all cool features, but we just want longer range. I think it has up to like a mile range. You can link it up to like 15 people to talk to them. And so maybe some people have problems with that. Just a few other tidbits. My understanding though is also you can link it up. It's not unique to Cardo. So you can have this Cardo, but still link up with a Sena or a Lexan and still have those conversations. So there it is. Like, subscribe if you dig it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hunk of junk or worth the premium. John's Moto Garage. We'll catch you next time. Adios. Nos vemos.